Hello, and welcome to the 6th episode of Countryboy Corner. Today we are going to be talking about the advantages and disadvantages of compound bows, crossbows, and recurve bows. For those of you who don't know what a recurve is, I'm sure a lot of you do, but for those of you who don't know, recurve bow is what I call a Robin Hood bow. So we're going to be talking about those types of things today, the disadvantages and the advantages of hunting with the compound versus the cross versus the recurve. Okay, now I want to start off by asking every one of you out there, what is the deal with these referees in the NFL? I know this isn't going to be a sports show today, but I gotta know. If any of you have any idea, please leave me comments on the bottom of the screen, or leave me comments on Facebook if you know me on Facebook. Please let me know what your opinions are about the Monday night game and what is going on with these referees. So let's go ahead and get this show started, shall we? Oh, and I also have a little nifty tip for you, for all of the my fellow dippers out there, and your spitter. So be sure to stay tuned. This video is going to be a little longer today. Some of you have said that you wish they were longer, so I'm going to try to do at least as much as I can. I've got a lot of information to give you here, folks. So let's go ahead and start off. The advantages of crossbows versus the compound bows and the recurve bows. Well, the compound bows are really hard to restring if you don't have the proper equipment, and that's the only con I can see about the compound bow. Personally, that's what I prefer. It's got, some power to it, but unfortunately you have a range with them. Pretty sure you have pretty much the same range with a crossbow, but the crossbows are more for power, convenience, though loading them can be a really big pain in the butt. Folks, we all have loaded a crossbow, and folks, it takes the Incredible Hulk to load one of those things. That's the only disadvantage I can see about that one there too. But using a crossbow, it's more for, like, if you're used to having a gun, or used to working with rifles, it's easier to manage. You got the shoulder stock, the sights. It's a lot easier to manage. I would personally recommend, if you're going hunting for the first time with a bow, to start out with a crossbow and work your way up to a compound bow, because compound bows are much harder to draw back at first unless you're Superman or the Incredible Hulk. Either way, folks, the advantage of a crossbow, I would have to say, is its speed, convenience, even though loading it is not convenient, but it's much harder to carry it on a pack unless you have a specialized pack, or you have an ATV that's got a hookup for it, like a rifle rack or something, and you can even use your rifle rack to do compound bows. They all fire pretty much the same arrows. They all pretty much have the same strength and agility. Besides, and recurve bows, besides being unreliable, the recurve bow, I find, is ineffective for hunting unless that's all you have. If that's all you have, then more power to you. I can't really see any advantage to having a recurve bow. It's highly unreliable, it's inaccurate, there's no sighting unless you're super skilled. If you're super skilled at a recurve bow, then dude, that's perfect. My hat's off to you. But I have never had any luck with a recurve bow. Mostly compounds and crossbows. But just to recap, crossbows I would recommend for beginners to bow hunting. Compound bows are for more advanced people. And finally, we get to the tip portion of the show. My little tip for all of you dippers out there. If any of you have a spitter like mine, then this is, or for any spitter, if you have a mud jug or you have a spittoon, or even if you're just spitting into an old Coca-Cola bottle, this works out perfectly. I ran across recently a little problem with my spitter. It was grotesquely overflowing, and the smell emanating from it was just atrocious. So I figured out a way to end the smell once and for all. Folks, apart from putting in paper, toilet paper, paper towels to keep some of the mess out, I found that if you take a little cup, Dixie cup sized amount of mouthwash and put it into whatever you're spitting into, and then vigorously shaking it and shaking it and shaking it and cleaning it out, and then rinsing it out once more time, you will not have that smell. It will be minty fresh, and whenever you go to spit into it, you won't go blech. So this has been episode 6 of the Country Boy Corner. I would just like to go ahead and take this time to let you know to please go by Facebook and check out my friends at Southern Born on Facebook. Southern Born Art, Southern Born. The website is really cool, folks. She is a web friend of mine, and just be sure to check her out online, and be sure to look me up on Facebook, and be sure to leave all of your comments, and be sure to tell me what you like and what you don't like, what you want to see, what you want to see, what you don't want to see. Be sure to leave me all of those comments. Now, this is the end of the show, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off with have a good night, folks.